When it comes to Wagmor and Melissa Bachelar, how she runs a business or a charitable organization, there's not an aspect of it that's clean, not from the source of where the dogs come from. She doesn't spay and neuter these animals. She has adoption fees over the legal limit. She fraudulently fundraises. She misuses those funds. She doesn't provide medical care and vet checks. She is aware of different contagious diseases that are putting other people and animals at risk, and she doesn't do anything about it but deny it and lie about it. She falsely advertises herself and where the dogs are coming from to increase donations. It goes on and on and on. There's not an element of her that is above board.
There was one dog that died in our presence. Had he not been sick that moment, she would have fostered it out and it would have ended up dead on someone's hands.
Dogs started getting sick. Puppies were dying. Puppies that were adopted out to families.
He should not have been adopted out to me until he was fully vetted, healthy, and in a position where he was ready to come home to somebody's home.
The dog was sick.
I come to realize that she knew that they had this temper when she gave it to me.
After a month of having these babies, we had to put them to sleep. So I contacted the owner of Wagmor, but she did very little or anything remotely empathetic or compassionate whatsoever. In fact, she downright ignored our calls.
Medical conditions that came with my puppy include respiratory infection, Bordetella, canine influenza, ringworm, and a staph infection. Just from my spread alone, we've got a circle of 20 people that got ringworm from my puppy, including children. I truly believe wholeheartedly, and I had long conversations with the other adopters about this, how we don't feel that these puppies ever had a medical exam, medical clearance. We have no record of anything like that being done. And until I'm given evidence to the contrary, that's what I believe.
I did try to report some stuff to animal control, but I was told that I couldn't do it anonymously. And at the time, I had felt unsafe for speaking out. I felt like I would have been in danger if Melissa and her husband had found out that I said something to animal control or to the police. So I just didn't press it further because they knew where I lived and it just didn't feel safe for me.
She never did anything humanely. It was everything that will save her money or make her money.
No voucher for the spay or neuter, nothing, as required in California law.
She's running tricks on all of these people to make them believe that she is this incredible person, when in reality, she's a fucking con artist. And excuse my language, but she is.
Unfortunately for Q, this turned out to be the way she spent the rest of her life. Q remained locked up in isolation for months. At no time did Melissa Bachelar seek out the needed behavioral training Q would require to work through her issues. She was locked away without love, kindness, exercise, or interaction. Not willing to put in any effort or resources, Melissa Bachelar decided to kill her.
But it was very much like a rush. You need to do this today. Pretty quickly, I noticed that something was wrong with his bottom area. It was very red and didn't look normal. I immediately took him to the vet. They basically were like, he doesn't have an anal sphincter. The skin that covers the butt is just not there.
Seem to be just breaking the law. Not that there's a loophole that they're accidentally falling through something. I think it's just pure fraud. What we do as social compassion and legislation is we create laws. It is up to the local jurisdiction to enforce them.
Circling back to Wagmor, I see within the local LA animal rights community, this is a front and center issue. So I'm hoping that awareness will bubble up to LA Animal Services and actually get them to enforce some of these laws.